David, 35 years old male, was working from home one day from his laptop about the biggest deal of his life. Suddenly, the screen freezes, a stark red warning erupting across it. Warning, your system has been compromised. Data breach detected. That was the alarming robotic message sound coming from his laptop. David, panicked, stares wide-eyed at the screen. "Oh, dear God. I should have known better than to click on that link," he mutters, trying to close the windows. The computer screen blares a fake Windows Defender Security Center alert in stark, ominous detail. Urgent words flash. Critical threat detected. Trojan virus Zeus.exe fuels panic. The screen's deceptive warning amplified his anxiety, hinting at unseen digital dangers. A relentless, loud beeping screams from the computer, intensifying the digital threat. Each beep amplifies the looming sense of urgency. A digital siren calling for immediate action. The fake warning and piercing beeps create digital chaos, gripping David with fear. David sits and watches his computer screen reflecting a phone number as he dials the number. "Hello, this is Microsoft support. Robert speaking. How can I help you today?" Robert's voice echoes. David's voice continues. "Yes, sir. I'm showing a critical alert, a serious Trojan infection." David's face pales under the screen's glow, anticipation turning to stark fear. In the office, Robert, eerily calm, points to the computer as David watches with growing apprehension. David's hand shakes as he presses Windows and R at Robert's command, launching the Run dialog box. Hesitation flickers as David types the TeamViewer URL, fear winning over his doubt. The download begins, Robert mechanically installing the software, devoid of enthusiasm. The monitor casts an eerie glow on David's face, a 9-digit code shining brightly. Robert's voice echoes, reciting the connection code over the phone to David. On the screen, an unsettling presence takes hold as the cursor dances erratically. An unseen hand guides the cursor, hinting at a hidden influence manipulating events. He gestures emphatically at the screen, his voice laced with concern as he reveals, "The virus compromised 3 accounts, including your bank details." Robert continues, his words painting a stark picture of financial vulnerability. With urgency, he advises, "I recommend transferring your funds to a secure federal holding account operated by the FTC." In the home office, David stares intently as the Chase Bank website loads on his computer screen. Unseen, a phantom cursor glides across the digital landscape, navigating with eerie precision. The banking portal opens, revealing David's accounts, each balance a stark, silent number. Tension hangs in the air as the digital facade hides unseen forces at play. Tension fills the home office as Robert guides David through the complexities of the computer screen. Robert points intently, his hand a breath away from Robert's, as he instructs, "Click transfer funds." Robert leans in, his voice low and encouraging. "Now, add new recipient." David's brow furrows with concentration as he types with painstaking slowness. The screen reveals, Federal Trade Commission Security Holding Account. Routing and account numbers glow ominously on the screen. A silent countdown. David's trembling hands hover over the keyboard, the screen's glow highlighting the worry lines etched on his face. He types the amount, $23,847, his whole life savings. Each key a heavy blow to his hope, a sacrifice for survival. "We don't have much time, David," Robert urges, his voice a somber reminder of the ticking clock. "The virus is spreading faster than we anticipated. Every second counts," Robert says, his words sharp. Bathed in the cold light of his computer, David sits at his desk, a digital puppeteer poised over a world of finance. His mouse hovers, a moment of decision hanging heavy in the air before he clicks, "Confirm and submit." The screen flashes, "Transfer successful," a silent testament to his actions. A satisfied look spreads across Robert's face as he picks up his phone, sealing the deal with a call. "I promise a call back in 20 minutes, Robert's voice assures, a promise echoing in the sterile room. The cursor moves on its own across the bright monitor, an eerie sign of unseen activity within the silent office. Suddenly, the screen goes black, a chilling message flashing. "System cleanup in progress." 15 minutes crawl by, each tick a heavy weight in the stillness of the room. The phone rings, an unknown number glowing ominously on the caller ID, breaking the silence. The line is picked up, but only silence answers. Then the call abruptly disconnects, leaving more questions. David, brow furrowed, redials a number, the fluorescent lights reflecting off his worried face. A beat of silence, then the stark robotic voice, "Number not in service." His eyes widen in disbelief as his banking app reveals a horrifying truth. $0. A cold dread washes over him as he sees the destination account. Asterisk 4,729. Inside the home office, David's hand trembles as he snatches his car keys, his face etched with sudden panic, a whirlwind of motion as he spins around, his body tense with urgency. He bursts through the doorway, a man propelled by an unseen, terrifying force. The door slams shut, the sound echoing his desperate flight from the silent house. David races down the street, a blur of motion against the backdrop of bustling city life. His face is etched with desperation, eyes fixed on an unseen goal ahead. The city blurs around him as the bank looms larger in the distance. Each step is a frantic attempt to outrun the urgency that drives him forward. The air whips past him, carrying the weight of his desperate mission. He pushes harder, fueled by a singular, pressing need to reach the bank. Under the hum of fluorescent lights, David bursts into Chase Bank, his face a mask of urgency and desperation. He strides to the teller counter, his voice tight with rising panic as he demands to cancel a transfer. Brenda, the teller, a woman with tired eyes, types rapidly, the keyboard clicking beneath her fingers. Her brow furrows as she stares intently at the screen, a flicker of something unreadable crossing her face. The clock ticks loudly, each second amplifying David's growing anxiety as he awaits Brenda's response. A tense silence hangs in the air, the fate of the transfer resting on Brenda's next action. Inside the bustling bank, a teller stands ready, her expression a mask of practiced patience. Sunlight streams through the windows, highlighting the calm facade of the bank branch. The transfer was initiated 45 minutes ago, the teller explains, her voice steady and professional. She continues, already processed and sent via wire transfer. The weight of her next words hangs in the air, immediate and irreversible. The teller's gaze remains fixed, conveying the finality of the transaction. Sunlight floods the bank. A teller with tired eyes stares blankly at his monitor, the weight of routine etched on his face. The customer service manager stands beside him, her concern a silent question in the bright, sterile environment. The receiving account, it's at a cryptocurrency exchange, the teller says, his voice flat and resigned. Funds are likely already converted and moved, he adds, the words echoing the futility of their efforts. His gaze hardens, opened with a stolen identity. The teller delivers the final blow. The account closes within hours. David stands at the teller, a storm of bewilderment and agitation brewing behind his eyes. Microsoft told me about the federal holding account, he says, his voice laced with urgency and worry. He continues, they said I needed to transfer funds immediately to protect them. The teller listens with empathy, her kind face a beacon of calm amidst Robert's distress. I am so sorry, sir. That sounds like a tech support scam, she explains gently, concern etched on her face. Microsoft never calls customers, he reassures, his voice calm against the backdrop of financial transactions. Or ask for money transfers, the teller adds, reinforcing the caution with a direct, earnest gaze. He explains, the pop-up warning was a fake website, his words cutting through the customer's anxiety. Locking his browser with scary sounds, he concludes, demystifying the digital threat with a knowing nod. Inside the bustling bank, another teller leans forward, her face etched with concern. She explains the scam's devastating impact, her voice resonating with grim certainty. TeamViewer gave the scammer complete control, she warns, her eyes filled with urgency. She continues, to see passwords, banking information, everything typed. Her words hang heavy in the air as she delivers the harsh truth. Recovery is extremely rare. Once funds reach a crypto exchange, she concludes, the finality chilling the room. The bank bustles with oblivious customers as police arrive, uniform sharp against the backdrop of daily finance. A visibly shaken bank manager recounts the events, his hands trembling slightly as he speaks to the officers. Grim-faced, officers listen intently, the weight of the situation settling on their shoulders. Frustration hangs in the air as the bank manager realizes the limitations of local law enforcement. Inside the bank, polished counters gleam under fluorescent lights, reflecting the tense atmosphere. Bank officers in crisp suits stand nervously, their faces etched with deep concern as this was the 12th case happening this week. A bank officer grimly states, the FBI is investigating, of course. But with thousands of victims, individual case recovery is unlikely, another adds, deepening the despair. Under the cloak of night, David drives the silence, amplifying the solitude of his journey home. Streetlights cast spectral shadows, each a fleeting reminder of the joy now turned to aching absence. The car glides through the empty streets, a vessel carrying a heart burdened by sorrow and regret. Each mile stretches into an eternity, a stark testament to the depth of Robert's profound loss. The weight of unspoken words and unfulfilled promises presses down on him, heavy and relentless. In the quiet hum of the engine, only the echo of what was remains, haunting every turn. David stares, the computer screen reflecting cold dread in his eyes, a silent scream trapped in his throat. He yanks the power cord, plunging the room into near darkness, a desperate act against an unseen enemy. His breath hitches, a chilling realization solidifying the threat lurking in the digital shadows. In the dim home office, David sits hunched, the screen's glow reflecting in his troubled eyes. He replays recent events, each detail scrutinized, searching for a missed sign. His fingers tap nervously, a silent drumbeat against the polished desk. David mutters, wrestling with doubt and regret in the solitude of his office. Pop-up warnings with phone numbers are always fake, he says, his voice laced with self-reproach. The monitor casts long shadows, amplifying the weight of his realization and the isolation of the night. His eyes widen, reflecting the horror which he went through, a silent scream trapped within. Scent of stale coffee hangs in the air, fueling late-night schemes. The home office is still illuminated by the cold light of a computer screen, casting long shadows across the desk. His brow furrows in concentration as he remembered the harsh warning message. The silence is broken only by the hum of the computer, a constant reminder of the digital world lurking just beyond. David starts to research on the tech scam, watches a video of how they operate and affect thousands of people every day. A montage begins, revealing the scale of the global scam industry. Bustling call centers in India, a sea of headsets and focused faces. Operators speak intently, their voices a low hum of quiet desperation. Quick cuts. Pakistan. The Philippines. The same intense concentration. Each center pulses with a mix of ambition and hidden anxieties. The global network expands, a silent web of deception and hope. Inside the bustling call center, a symphony of deceit unfolds. Rows of scammers, faces lit by screens, weave their web of lies. Scripts and guidelines litter their desks, tools of calculated manipulation. Each word is a carefully crafted weapon, designed to instill fear. A vast call center stretches endlessly, desks packed tight with rows of eager scammers. Headsets on, they're poised, ready to defraud. Overlapping voices create a symphony of deception. Microsoft, one says. Norton, another echoes. The names of giants become tools of fraud. A brightly lit computer screen dominates, its stark light illuminating a bold sans serif message. Rule 1. Legitimate tech companies never cold call. A voice resonates from the screen. The warning continues, emphasizing the urgency of the situation, about viruses or iCloud security or subscription renewals. The final decisive instruction flashes. Hang up immediately, highlighted in stark clarity. Rule number 2 flashes. A pop-up with a phone number. A siren song of deceit. A voice booms, a ghostly guide through the digital labyrinth. Rule 2. Pop-ups with phone numbers always indicate scams. The advice rings with urgency. Close the browser, restart the computer, never call pop-up numbers. The screen fades, the lesson lingers, a stark reminder of the unseen dangers lurking beneath the surface of the web. A stark rule number 3 flashes. Never allow remote access to strangers. TeamViewer flashes ominously on the screen. Any desk appears, a symbol of unseen danger. Are scammer tools, the chilling words conclude, hanging in the silent room. The screen flares with cascading lines of code, a ghostly digital waterfall reflecting in the darkened room. Remote access is established, a silent intrusion into the digital sanctum. Passwords materialize, then vanish. Secrets laid bare in fleeting glimpses of access. Bank accounts open, revealing their digital depths before the unseen presence. Malware silently implants itself, a digital virus spreading unseen, unheard. Accounts are emptied, leaving digital ghosts and a chilling silence in their wake. The computer screen glows, a beacon in the dark room. Lines of text emerge, stark white against the black. Each line is a warning, a digital breadcrumb. Rule 4. No legitimate company requests wire transfers, if cards, or cryptocurrency payments. The screen pulses, a silent promise of danger ahead. A computer screen blazes with icons: iTunes, Bitcoin, Venmo, Zelle, wire transfers. A digital siren's call. Each icon pulses with false promise, a gateway to unseen transactions and unknown destination. Beneath the glittering facade, stark words flash with ominous intent: for repairs. The phrase hints at hidden agendas, a digital trap masked in the guise of assistance. Clean, simple text flickers invitingly, a message waiting to be deciphered. Rule 5. Trust your instincts. A disembodied voice whispers, echoing in the digital void. If something feels wrong, it is, the rule concludes, a stark warning in the digital ether. The words pulse with an ominous light, underlining the weight of unspoken dangers. David, buried under paperwork, meticulously files reports, his face a mask of frustration and fatigue. A mountain of unread files looms, each document a testament to his relentless efforts. His weary eyes reflect the stark reality: none of the agencies have recovered the stolen money. The silence of the office amplifies David's solitude in his uphill battle. The digital trail leads to a Hong Kong crypto exchange, a brief stop in a global money maze. Funds vanish into a labyrinth of digital wallets scattered across numerous countries. The intricate network of transactions forms an impossible, complex puzzle. Investigators face a daunting task: tracing the flow of money through the digital shadows. 6 months later, David sits bathed in the cold light of his computer, a digital vigil in his home office. Another critical security alert flashes, a digital siren in the quiet room. This time, resolution hardens his features. He swiftly closes the browser, severing the connection. With a sigh of weary resignation, David restarts the computer, hoping to banish the digital specter. The screen flickers, a brief dance of light and shadow before resolving, the ominous warning now gone. Narration: don't let this happen to you. A voice echoes, a stark warning in the aftermath.